So please welcome to the stage Mr. Glenn Estes.
Typical Ryan, always blowing his load early.
Thanks.
Fine, thanks. In case you all hadn't noticed, I'm clearly not English or Scottish or Welsh or anything like that. I am your token American for the evening. As your token American, I have decided to celebrate our first two constitutional amendments tonight: the right of free speech and the right to bear arms. Now, as I understand it from the poster, Ryan promised you some funny words. And since he hasn't been particularly funny with his words, I printed a list. For instance, if I was to say to Ryan that he was looking particularly calipagian, does anybody have any clue what that means? No?
No.
Didn't think so. Particularly means he has an attractive rear end or nice buns. And with that slightly queer joke, let me tell you about the very first time I got off a plane in this country, okay? 1995, full American uniform, off a plane at Heathrow. Taxi rank. Some bloke I've never seen walks up to me and says, "Pardon me, mate, you mind if I bum a fag?" Yeah, that joke writes itself. Speaking of jokes that write themselves and the confusion between English and English, let me tell you another funny story. Since Ryan brought up relationships, some of you know I've been married twice. Both of the ladies in question have been named Sarah. So if you know anybody named Sarah, keep them the fuck away from me, okay? But yes, this one's particularly about Sarah Mark 1, as I choose to call her. The older, slightly outdated version. She had two children when we met, two very adoring children, a 7-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl. Now, she made the mistake of leaving me at home to babysit after only about 3 weeks of dating. And I sent the little girl up to clean her room, and, being raised quite strict myself, I expected her to do what she was told, because, I was the adult and I told her to go clean her room. And long story short-ish, she didn't. And she gave me a bunch of gob. And I said to her in front of her mother, upon her mother's return, "Stop giving me all that lip and go sit on your fanny." That's not even the joke. The joke is the fact that this 5-year-old, cute little blonde 5-year-old, stood there with her big brown eyes, put her hands just like that in her best Superman pose ever, and went, "I can't, it's a physical impossibility." Yeah, 5 years old, she had a better vocabulary than me. Speaking of vocabulary, back to the list. For instance, does anybody know what Fartlek means? No? Fartlek is an athletic training regime. So, again, since Ryan was so nice to mention certain sports things in a conversation probably outside this room, and none of you heard it, but it doesn't matter. For the sake of this joke, I am David Beckham. Somehow, that's going to help him improve his football game. I don't think so. Although I do apparently land him some Spice Girl or something. Let's see. What other nice words do we have here? Collywobbles. Those are the butterflies that Ryan and I had on our stomachs earlier. Oh, here's one. Okay, first of all, you have to know, for this joke to work, this is the 100 funniest words in English language as of May 2014. Okay? So it's relatively an up-to-date list, and somehow academic. I don't have a citation, unfortunately. But, it's alphabetical, so it's not particular order. But apparently one of the funniest words in the English language is Billingsgate. I don't get it. Billingsgate. Technically it means loud and raucous profanity. So you know, the stuff Phil does when we all muff our lines. But yeah, I really don't get how that's remotely funny. Sounds like a town, you know, it sounds like it should be, you know, some little town in freaking Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire, or something like that. Preferably with, you know, some guy named Bill starting it, the way this thing works in this country. Here's another one. Firkin. Now, when I saw Firkin, for those of you who don't know, they do make wigs for the genital area. Okay? That's what I thought it was. It's not. It's actually just a small cask. So he probably has some Firkins behind the bar if you want to ask him later and see what the look is. Yeah, see, this is the problem with being an incredibly novice stand-up and having 5 minutes to fill. Because 5 minutes, not remotely as short a time as you hope it is. What else do we got? They have several here that all mean nonsense or balderdash. So it's the 100 funniest words in the English language, and they're using pseudonyms to fill up the list. Synonyms. Aha! I told you the 5-year-old had a better vocab than me. Let's see, what else can I tell you that's kind of funny? The trunk and the boot. I don't get that either. Because cars, when they were first invented, had actual trunks. Okay? Like wooden trunks on the back of the car. How much luggage are you supposed to get in a boot? Not much. There was another word on here I wanted to use for you all. I gotta remember what it was now. Oh yeah, we have several that start with cock. In case you want that kind of humor. Crapulence. Crapulence means almost what you think it would mean. It's the discomfort from eating or drinking too much. I.e., I really need a poo. Oh yeah, fard. Not fart, fard. Apparently fart is not funny, but fard is. Fard, for all you technical people, is makeup or face paint. So, you know, just something for your evaluation. Around about now is the time where I should thank you for putting up with all my God-watery. Or, if you wish to use the exact same meaning, my gobbledygook. What was the third one that was on this page? It meant the same thing. Oh yeah, my flibber to gibbet. Which essentially is, thanks for putting up for all my nonsense and balderdash. So Ryan, if you want to get me the hell off the stage.